What's up, Chiefs Kingdom? It's your boy Chris Style, and you're tuned in to another episode of Arrowhead Chief Podcast. Hope everybody's having a good week. We got a lot to talk about today. It's Broncos week. Let's talk Chiefs.
Yeah, Arrowhead Chiefs. It's your girl, Miss Nicole. Queen of Hustle, baby. Started from the bottom, now we here. My homie at the start of his career. Let's go. Try to win him early, hear the truth. Tuning every Sunday for the juice. Arrowhead Chief Podcast, bringing all the news. If you missed the play, come back for reviews. Chris Style, out here rapping for the crew. Post game highlights, go subscribe on YouTube. If you missed the play, come back for reviews. Post game highlights, go subscribe on YouTube.
What's up, Chiefs Kingdom? You are tuned in to another episode of Arrowhead Chief Podcast. Hope everybody's having a good week. It is Broncos week. We are coming off of a disappointing loss to the Cincinnati Bengals, but it's time to move on to the Broncos. We play on Sunday, I think 1:25 in the afternoon, 3:25 Central Time. Clarence will be following in. Hopefully he'll fall in, when he can get in here. He's tied up right now, but as soon as he's available, he will pop up in the group. So before he gets up in here and we talk about our topics, I just want to talk to Chiefs Kingdom real quick because I know, there's a portion of Chiefs Kingdom that when we come off of losses like this, it's like the sky is falling, because we have high expectations for this team. And I understand that. I have high expectations ever since 15 has became our quarterback and he took us to the AFC Championship game. Then the following year, we went to the Super Bowl and won it. There's been high expectations for this organization to always win and be at the top. And going into this season, after losing Tyreek Hill, there was a lot of lowered expectations on this team because people thought that without Tyreek Hill, Patrick Mahomes wouldn't be able to get it done. We don't have that anomaly at a skill position that, nobody else has. Nobody has the speed of a Tyreek Hill, and nobody can play the position like he can with that speed. So it was, it was different going into this season, and the expectations were lower. Not by all, but there were some, but the expectations were lowered. It was looked at as a retooling because we had so many rookies. We had a couple rookies on the offensive side, and then we get a bunch of rookies on the defensive side. The cornerback, we got George Karlaftis, Trent McDuffie, Joshua Williams, Brian Cooks, et cetera, et cetera. So the expectations were lowered as far as the defense goes and as far as how this offense was going to move. Now going into, and then looking at the schedule on paper, it just looked like, we had a gauntlet the first 8 weeks. People, even our division was looking like it was going to be the hardest division probably in the history of the NFL. Well, we learned that, and people worldwide learned that you don't play the games on paper. The games are played on the field. And at the end of the day, it's all about coaching and do you have a great quarterback? And here in Kansas City, we so happen to have the best quarterback in the league. So as the season has gone on, we've seen that the Kansas City Chiefs are very much still a powerhouse, not just in the AFC, but in the NFL. But we have taken some losses to probably the other two top teams in the AFC with the Buffalo Bills and the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, both games, if a few plays go here or there, we probably win both of those games. We could play the if game all day. If we do this, we probably wouldn't. We probably beat Buffalo. If Patrick Mahomes, is a little bit more patient and doesn't throw that pick, we probably march down the field and win that game against Buffalo. If Travis Kelsey doesn't fumble the football in the game on Sunday, we probably beat the Cincinnati Bengals. Um, it's a we could I mean we could just play the ifs and the ands and the buts all day, but at the end of the day, we have to understand that there's still a full season still ahead of us. We have 5 games left on the schedule. 5 games. 5 games left on the schedule. What's up? What's going on, Ty? But we have 5 games left on this schedule, and they are pretty sound, I mean, easy games that are winnable. That we should be able to go into that game, pretty much dominate. The Broncos, we should beat them, dominate. The Texans, we should dominate. Now the Seahawks might be a little fight, but we should beat them at home. Then the Broncos at home again. We should beat them. By that time, they'll be dead. I mean, they're already dead to rights. They're already like thinking about vacation and other things like that. But right now, we should be the Chiefs should be focusing on winning out the season, getting that number one seed, and making sure everything still goes through Arrowhead. Even with the losses to Buffalo, even with the losses to Cincinnati, their schedule, their end of the year schedule is hard. Plus, they have to play one another. If Cincinnati, uh, they can very well lose in the next 5 games. They can lose 2 of those games. They can lose to the Buffalo Bills. They can lose to the Ravens. They can lose to the Browns next week. They have a very good chance they could lose any of those games. Same thing with Buffalo. They could lose to the Jets. They could lose to the Dolphins. So, and like I said, one of them are got to beat each other. If Cincinnati beats the Buffalo Bills, that's a good thing for us, especially if we win out. If we win out, then we have a really, really good chance of getting that number one seed. And that should be the main focus for the Chiefs, and that should be the main focus for Chiefs Kingdom. That yes, we took a hard loss to a team that everybody wanted to beat. We all wanted the Chiefs to beat the Cincinnati Bengals because last year we lost to the Buffalo Bills in the regular season. So that's nothing new. And we end up beating them in a tough, hard fought game in the divisional round. But we end up beating them. Buffalo still hasn't beat us when it counts. So when it comes to Cincinnati, they actually did that. They beat us last year in the regular season, and then they beat us again uh, in the playoffs. Oh, I'm gonna get into that, Ty. Don't worry. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that. I'm trying to kind of wait for Clarence to get up in here so I can get his opinion on it too. But that should be our main focus right now. It's Chiefs Kingdom. Let's put this game behind us. Let's focus and hope this team because and I talked about this yesterday with Ty and with Clarence is that what are they going to do after this loss? Are they going to bounce back? Are they going to come together, bounce back, and get this right, get it corrected, get all their the flaws that they have that they shown yesterday. Are they going to try to use these games to get them corrected, or are they going to falter? Because when you take, especially a loss after, you could tell that Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelsey and Chris Jones and a lot of the guys a lot of the veterans, the guys who went through this, L'Jarius Sneed probably, the guys who went through this last year, they want to beat Cincinnati. See, the rookies don't know nothing about this. They didn't play in the games last year. So they're new to this rivalry. They're new to losing to Cincinnati. This was their first loss to Cincinnati. But now they know how Patrick Mahomes feel. Now they know how Travis Kelsey and Chris Jones feel. And so now this is a learning experience for the rookies. So come playoff time, they know what it is. And these veterans got to step up in big games. But it all starts on Sunday of them getting their stuff together, taking this loss, put it behind them, like good teams, like Super Bowl contending teams are supposed to do. Put it behind them, move forward. Let's go. Let's win these next 5 games. Win out. Heck, if we win on Sunday and the Chargers lose on Sunday night against the Dolphins, we win the division. So we're already going to have the division sold up. We're already going to have the division won. That's something we're not going to have to worry about no more. Is the division. So all I'm saying is Chiefs Kingdom. Let's hold our heads up high. I know this was a tough loss. Let's move on. Let's and let's get ready, for these next 5 games and watching this team put it all back together like they always do, and they end up where? Right back at the very least, they end up right back in the AFC Championship game, like always. So keep your heads up. I know. When we lose, all of our flaws, they they get broadened, they get bigger, and they get put out there. So, and I get all that, but they still got 5 more games to correct all their problems going into the to the playoffs. Because it's about the team who has the most momentum, who's hot, who gets in the dance. Once you get in the playoffs, everybody is 0-0. That loss in the regular season don't mean nothing no more. Everybody's 0-0. It's a new season, pretty much. It's the playoffs. Everything gets intensified. Everybody's pulling out their best, play calls. The great ones put on their best performances for the most part, and they go out there and they show and prove. Right. Most definitely, Ty. But at the end of the day, man, they just got to put it all together, man. And like I said, I have confidence in Andy Reid, Eric Bieniemy, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelsey, even Chris Jones, and all them. I have confidence that these guys know the importance of getting this thing right and moving forward. And let's win out. Let's win out because they still have a chance at that number 1 seed, and I expect them to have the number 1 seed. Unless Buffalo just puts on one of the greatest, a great stretch and just beat everybody straight up. They beat the Jets, Dolphins, Bengals. If they do that, if they went out, then they deserve the number 1 seed. But I don't see that happening. I think Buffalo is going to lose at the very least, one of these games. I think they lose at least one of these games, the next 5 games. And the Chiefs, I expect them to win out. There should be no reason why they should be losing to the Broncos. There should be no reason why they should lose to the Texans, the Seahawks, at all. Even the Raiders at the end of the season, if it's something to play for. Now, if it's nothing to play for, then I understand, unless Patrick is trying to, break a record or something like that, then that game might not mean nothing. But if Buffalo is riding high and they're on a 4-game winning streak, the Chiefs gonna have to play that last game. So it's imperative that they just put this game behind them and move forward. Now, Ty brought it up in the comments section, so I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it now. Justin Reed. Now we all know Justin Reed. He was the one that was talking, a little bit of trash to Cincinnati Bengals on last week. They interviewed him, asking him, he got the name wrong. It was supposed to be Hayden Hurst, but they said Higgins and he said Higgins, so they ran with that. He said he was going to lock down Higgins, but he meant Hayden Hurst. Well, he's getting killed right now because he didn't have a particularly great game. And even after the game, he said that, they didn't play well. They got us. They lost. Okay, cool. Then this morning, he wakes up. Where's it at? Where's it at? There he is. This morning, he wakes up bright and early and says, unpopular opinion. We lost, dot, 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 but I was still right. Cry about it. Oh, Justin. Let me tell you something, sir. If you ain't learned nothing from Tyrann Mathieu, is do not push sin. If it's any way that Chiefs Kingdom is gonna get mad at you, please don't push sin. Because they will turn on you in a second. They turned on Tyrann as much as great as Tyrann Mathieu did for the city, as much greatness he put on, he did for for the team. At the end of the day, what happened? He started talking trash about the fans, and they were done with him. They was ready for him to go. All that, the Super Bowl year and all that stuff that he did, all the good he did in the community, that was wiped out with all his tweets saying that we were toxic, all that stuff. Every week, he's posting something in on Twitter, posting subliminals and deleting them, and you are about to end up in the same space as a Tyrann Mathieu. It's one thing if you produce on the field and I said this, you're gonna talk that trash, you better back it up. And I guess on the technicality, because Hayden Hurst got hurt in the game, he's trying to say he was right, he locked him down. But come on, man. Come on, buddy. You know damn well that you did not play good on Sunday. You was getting ran over by Samaje Perine. It was not a good look for you, buddy. And you don't want to come up in here and be public enemy number one when it comes to Chiefs Kingdom. Because Chiefs Kingdom will spit you out, they will chew you up and spit you out, and they will kick you to the curb. So I suggest Justin Reed, you stay out of social media. If it ain't nothing positive, you ain't, putting some positive messages out there, then I suggest you just shut up. Don't talk about. I don't want to hear you on the podium. I don't want to hear you in the back room. Look, I'm all for you having confidence in your team. I'm not saying don't have confidence, but don't get on social media after the game and say, "Oh, by the way, I still locked him up." Like, we don't want to hear that. I know I don't want to hear that. I know Chiefs Kingdom don't want to hear that. And Andy Reid don't want to hear that. Because Andy does not like us giving them bulletin board material. That is one thing Andy Reid hates, is giving a team fuel. Usually the other side is giving us fuel. Usually the other side is talking trash about us. It ain't the other way around. And what makes it even worse was he wasn't even on the team last year. So he's new to this. So, this little beef and rivalry between the Bengals. So he's over there talking trash, and he wasn't even involved in the game both games last year. So for him to, stir up the fire, and then get on the field and don't produce, and then come back and double down on what you said after the defense looked the way it looked on Sunday, I would keep my mouth shut, Justin Reid. So let this be a lesson learned to you, sir, that Chiefs Kingdom does not play that at all. So I suggest you just leave it alone. Now, before we get into the game, some things have been going on around the league. Let's talk about it. Baker Mayfield. Now, everybody has their opinion about Baker Mayfield. Some people think he's not a starting quarterback anymore. Some people don't even think he should have been a first round overall pick. I'm one of those ones who I didn't feel like he was supposed to be the first overall pick. Maybe a late round first, maybe a second rounder, but I didn't think he should have been the first overall quarterback taken on the board. And we see that that bodes true. His stop in Cleveland, he had a little bit of success. Then it went downhill with the OBJ stuff, him getting hurt, them bringing in Deshaun Watson. It wasn't a good look. Baker is sober Menzel. Facts. That's exactly who he is. But so he's been bounced. So then he gets traded for, pennies to the dollar. He gets traded to the Carolina Panthers. And once again, it's the same old, same old. He goes over to Carolina, no accountability. When he's messing up, when things ain't right, the team don't like him. DJ Moore don't like him. Nobody likes him. He initially gets benched for PJ Walker. Then PJ Walker kind of has some bad games. They put him back out there. He's still bad. Then Sam Darnold initially ends up taking over. So now yesterday, or was it no, it was today, or was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. Yesterday, he gets released by the Carolina Panthers and put on waivers. And everybody was speculating, oh, maybe it's the 49ers because of the Jimmy G situation, and which I'll get into that in a minute. The Jimmy G situation. And today, he ends up getting picked up by the Rams. So now he's with Sean McVay. And I'll tell you right now, if it don't work with Sean McVay, it ain't gonna work nowhere else. Either A, he gonna be a backup clipboard holder for somebody else's team, or heck, he might be the backup quarterback for Matthew Stafford next year. You never know. They might have to sign him to a 1-year deal. He just be the backup for Matthew Stafford if he plays well after this season. But if he don't put together some good games these next 5 games, Baker Mayfield will no longer be a starting quarterback in the national. It would have to be a big injury to happen, but he will be a backup quarterback for somebody else's team, unless somebody is stupid, and it's happened. Okay, Clarence, what's up?
Coolin', bro.
Yeah, man, I was talking about your favorite, Baker Mayfield.
Who that?
I was talking about your favorite, Baker
Oh,
Mayfield.
hell. I told you Baker wasn't going to San Francisco. I told you he wasn't
Nah,
going to San Francisco, bro.
well, he's
Told you
with the
that.
Rams. He's with the Rams now. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah. I mean, they need it. You know what I'm saying? Because Stafford is MIA. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
he's
saying?
out.
Is he going to come back at
No,
all
he's out
this
for.
year? He done,
Yeah, he's out for the
you know?
season.
And I mean, that gives – and that helps Stafford. I think Sean McVay can teach us some things if he's receptive to learning. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Sean McVay can maximize that potential. I mean, you look at everybody said Jared Goff was a poo-poo quarterback, and I think Jared Goff was a damn good quarterback when he was with the Rams. You know what I'm saying? And you can just see it's translating in Detroit right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I
So
mean, I think Jared Goff is he's a good quarterback. I just don't think you got to have the records and pieces around him for him to get you over that hump.
you do, you
He's
do,
Jimmy. He's a better. I think he's Jimmy G.
absolutely.
He's a little bit slightly better version of Jimmy G. He's probably a little bit more talented with his arm, but
His arm strong. Yeah, his arm is stronger than Jimmy's. Yeah,
Yeah, his
absolutely.
arm is pretty much it's stronger than Jimmy. So yeah, I hear with Baker Mayfield. Yeah, just right before you came on, I said if he can get it done with Sean McVay, put together some good games with Sean McVay, it ain't gonna happen nowhere else. Ain't gonna happen nowhere else, man. Because Sean McVay is
Straight
the
out.
gold.
Straight out.
He is the golden child when it comes to
Yep.
like young coaches.
Absolutely. Yep.
Him and Kyle Shanahan are like them.
If he can't make it in.
Yeah.
Yeah. If he can't make it in with the Rams, I mean, he gonna be a backup the rest of his life. For real, dog. For real.
Yeah, he gonna be a backup. That's funny.
He said bugging up coming. Brendan the Nerds reboot. Nerds.
That's funny. That's funny. But yeah, man, he better get it. He better put together some good games, man. So because he fighting. He's like R. Kelly. He's like R. Kelly. He's fighting for his life, man. He's fighting for his life.
Yeah, for real. And the crazy part about it, he was the one that asked for the release in Carolina. You feel me? Like, I guess you thought the grass was greener on the other side. Like, I mean, hell, it ain't hard to take it from him. You know what I'm saying? Like, Baker does. I mean, okay. Here's the thing. So when Baker that year, the COVID year, you know, they beat Pittsburgh up in Pittsburgh. They pushed us to the limit in that playoff game. They played good football. Then you go to that next year. He had a bad shoulder. He tried to play through it. They was 3-1 at one point in time. You know what I'm saying? Then his shoulder got messed up. OBJ tore up his knee. You know what I'm saying? And it just went downhill from there. But Baker never recovered from that. And it seems like Baker just the lights never came on enough to say, okay, these are the things that you need to do as a quarterback to get your guys ready around you. These are the things that you need to do as a quarterback to show them, despite injury, whatever the case may be, you can still go out here and win football games, be it close ones or blowouts. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just never – it's like the lights never came on in his head enough to show him the type of work that needed to be done to be a quarterback. I mean, that's just what it appears. Like, we don't know for sure, but – I mean, when you look at other guys in that position, it looked like they a little bit more locked in than he was. Just saying. But what do I know? I don't know that dude.
Yeah, and his problem is that, you know, he has this expectation that things are just supposed to be handed to him, and I know he had this chip. He has this like long-standing chip on his shoulder because he, you know, he lost his job in Texas Tech, and you know he was a walk-on to Oklahoma, and in Oklahoma he was, you know, successful. He was successful there because he, you know, like Lincoln Riley got the best out of him, and then he becomes the first overall pick, like, which I don't think he should have been that year, but hey, he was.
So
So
right.
I also think
he like Spencer Rattler.
Yeah.
In that regard.
Yeah. So it's one of those things like, well, we'll see. You know, we'll see.
Right. Yep. For real. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Well,
I mean, you know, they make it through the rest of this year. They can finish out, I mean, 2-3. I mean, that's not all doom and gloom for them. You know, it's just bad out there in LA for the Rams. You know what I'm saying? They just trying to find something stable at that quarterback position. But damn, y'all got to reach for Baker Mayfield, Booger, as they want to call him out here in these streets right now.
That's his nickname now, Booger.
Booger.
Yeah, man. Well, speaking of quarterback,
what's
Jimmy
up, man?
G.
How you feeling about the game Sunday?
Yeah, I'm feeling good, but we're gonna get into that in a minute. Jimmy G got hurt on Sunday. and there's a report saying that there was no torn ligaments. Everything looks good, and so his injury is more so like a 7 to 8 weeks injury. So they're thinking like he should be ready for the playoffs.
Right.
So that if Brock Purdy can hold down the ship and win probably what three of the 2 games, the 5 games,
Yep.
you know what I'm saying, just hold down the ship. The 49ers still got a chance to go to the Super Bowl.
Absolutely.
We're gonna smoke them donkeys. Yeah, we are. We are. We should. We better. we better. We better. But yeah, I just think that if Jimmy G comes back for the play, if Brock Purdy can put together at least 3 good games, they get him in the playoffs.
Yeah.
They'll be definitely a formidable opponent going playoff time.
I mean, Brock Purdy, you're not asking him to. You basically asking him to do the same thing that Jimmy was doing. You did don't turn the football over, make the right throws with the football. We're gonna lean on the running game and play extra pass and play good defense. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's an easy situation. You know what I'm saying? He fell into the best possible situation. You know what I'm saying? Having a Debo and a Brandon Ayuk and a Juan Jennings, all of them damn weapons. You know what I'm saying? I would be surprised if they don't stop winning. You know what I'm saying? Because it's an easy situation to come into when you have that many weapons and things at your disposal. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, a damn good offensive line, damn good at tight end. You know what I'm saying? Got one of the best blocking H-back fullbacks in the league. You know what I'm saying? And then you put that with that defense that is probably the best defense in the NFL right now. It's an easy situation. Hell, you probably don't even need Jimmy to come back in the postseason if he's not at 100%. You know what I'm saying? Depending on what you see from this kid over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, if Brock Purdy is balling out, then if Brock Purdy is balling out, you roll with the hot hand. You roll with the hot hand.
Yeah. And from what I seen Sunday, Brock Purdy can get it done, dog. He can get it done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So shit, let his ass spin that thing. Jimmy gonna be gone next year anyway. You gonna keep that kid. He's gonna be your backup to trade next year anyway. Facts. You know what I'm saying? Just let Jimmy. Yeah, let Jimmy heal up and get ready for free agency, dog. I mean, unless you had a change of heart and you gonna keep him.
If I'm his agent, I'm telling him to sit the rest of the season out and get healthy for next season.
Hell yeah.
Especially when you don't have no torn ligaments and you don't need surgery. Yeah, sit this rest of the season out.
Exactly. And why would you come back to save their season when they didn't want you at the beginning of the season? Why would you do it? You know what I'm saying? Man, damn that.
Yeah, Jimmy G got to look out for Jimmy
G.
Kiss
my ass. Yeah.
Because I guarantee you, there's teams that's going to be knocking on his door. The Colts, the Jets. You know what I'm saying?
Especially the Jets. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah. So
and the Jets look real appealing now. You know what I'm saying? Whereas before it wasn't one of those situations where it was the Jets may not, but now it make a lot of sense for Jimmy to go play for the Jets. You getting that Breece Hall back, you got Garrett Wilson, you know what I'm saying? You got Elijah Moore. I mean, you got weapons in New York now.
Yeah. That's true, man. That's true. Yeah, I can see Jimmy G. There's gonna be a few teams knocking on his door for sure. Teams that feel like they can contend, for next season. Especially if they feel like they can contend for a Super Bowl. So now I know we're getting tired of talking about this guy. But it was interesting. It was an interesting report today. Your boy OBJ.
Yeah.
Now all this hoopla from the Cowboys, and then today Ed Warner says the Cowboys' concerns after Odell Beckham Jr. physical that his recovery from torn left ACL in Super Bowl has not progressed enough to ensure he will play before mid-January, and possibility exit signing him would be next year, pretty much.
Yeah, dog.
So now we talking about OBJ might not even be playing this year, which in the back of my mind, I kind of had that feeling, man, like he was kind of prolonging this thing because I don't think he's ready. I don't think he's ready. I don't think health wise he's ready.
Nah, I don't think so either. And I think that's probably why he was asked for a long-term relationship from these teams, because like he just wasn't. It ain't there. You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't do shit until next year. All right, motherfucker, your leg ain't right. Then call us next year when you ready. Hell, go run something. What you up in here asking for money for when you can't do shit this year? Get to go home.
Nah, for
go
real.
home, Odell. Take your ass home, Odell.
Wasting our time.
Get the hell out of my building, Odell, asking for shit.
Asking for stuff. It's wasting the media sweet time. We could be talking about other stuff.
You know what I'm saying? Here come this one-leg dirty bastard asking for money. Get on out of here, Odell. Lock the doors. Odell outside. Cut them lights off.
You can't finesse a Ty.
Nah, hell no. Not no damn Jerry Jones.
Jerry Jones is the ultimate
first thing
finesse.
Jerry. Yeah, that's the first thing Jerry wants to know, how that leg looking. Oh, you think you slick? You want to go kick it tonight? Okay, yeah, go ahead and kick it. First thing in the morning, we come pick you up and go see about that leg, Odell. Here, we gonna find out about that leg in the morning. You ain't just on no free ass trip.
He was stalling and stuff. I gotta go to the bathroom, man. I'll be back. You get your ass back out here.
We really need to talk about that leg, Odell.
Oh,
we really need to talk about that leg, Odell. I know. I got you.
Oh, my stomach. Oh, I gotta go back to the bathroom. OBJ.
I had some bad kimchi on the plane.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he thought he could finesse. Nobody was buying it. Chiefs wasn't buying it. Nobody was buying it.
I mean, because think about it though. When he tore that knee up, it was what, February, right? Super Bowl was in February. So yeah, man, like this is the second injury on that. That's the same leg he tore up in Cleveland too, right?
New York.
Yeah,
New York.
On,
I thought it was New York. Was it Cleveland?
Yeah, he tore his ACL in Cleveland too.
Oh, I thought he
that year that Baker.
Oh yeah, you
fell
right.
off.
You're right. He did.
Yeah, he tore that knee up. I think it was the same knee too. So yeah, he should have knew better. He shouldn't even have tried to entertain that idea this year. Yeah. Like, why would you even try to rush yourself back when you could still be a marquee name in free agency next year? You're still gonna be a marquee name. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Somebody's gonna pick him. Somebody will pick him up. Somebody will pick him up.
But they're not gonna be able to use him this year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Next year, somebody will pick him up. Somebody will pick him next year.
Yeah.
Because his leg will be more healthy.
It might be Dallas.
Might be Dallas. He might be back. He might go back to Dallas next year. So we shall see. We shall see. Now I already talked about this, but I wanted to get your thoughts on this. Your boy Justin Reed. Did you see his tweet?
Yeah, I did.
Didn't this man learn anything from Tyrann Mathieu, man? Then you know that Chiefs Keenum will chew you up and spit you out in a second.
Man, listen.
Tyrann Mathieu, this is what I said. Tyrann Mathieu won the Super Bowl with us, man. He was one of the reasons why we won the Super Bowl. Right. They kicked him to the curb. They get him up out of here. They get your ass up out of here real quick with them tweets, man. Don't play with us like that.
Every pro is different, dog. Every pro is different. Maybe he felt like you know what I'm saying, he can get some get back on him if they see him get. I don't know.
Man,
Everybody's different.
if I'm Andy Reid, I would have called his ass in the office, and I'd be like,
Mm-hmm.
look
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
look at me.
Mm-hmm.
Do
Mm-hmm.
not
Mm-hmm.
push send
Mm-hmm.
again.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
putting your ass on
You know
kickoff.
but you know it's dealt with in house. Yeah, you know it's dealt with in house. But I seen some people talking about, oh, well, they should cut him, they should bench
No,
him. Like
okay, no.
y'all
Whoa,
tripping a little bit, dog.
whoa,
Like
whoa,
y'all
whoa,
get a bit excessive with this shit now. You know what I'm
whoa.
saying? You know what I'm saying? They gonna handle this shit in house, but y'all need to fall back on some of this crazy bullshit y'all on. Talking about, oh, I just bent him, I cut him. Like,
No, it don't. First of all,
what?
it don't work like
What?
that. It don't work like that. Especially when you got a
Listen,
guy under contract. He's got a nice hefty contract.
listen,
You just get cut him.
listen. You already know how the kingdom gets sometimes, dog.
I
You
know,
know they, bruh, don't even get me started. We'll be here for 2 damn hours talking about that shit. Hell.
My
It's bad
whole
enough
thing,
they lost to the Bengals, bro.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
My whole thing is this, man. Just he should just fall back. Take that. You take your L. You guys
Mm-hmm.
lost.
Mm-hmm.
You look bad
Mm-hmm.
on defense as a
Mm-hmm.
whole,
Mm-hmm.
and move on to Denver, man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't want to hear you
Mm-hmm.
talking about
Mm-hmm.
last game. You
Damn
lost.
straight.
You lost.
Damn straight. Damn straight. Yep.
Maybe if we
Yep.
got the
It's
W
over
on
with.
Sunday, if we got the W on Sunday, I still don't want to hear your mouth, but whatever. We got the W, so you can
Right.
talk a little bit because you won.
Right. Right. Right.
But you
Right.
did.
Right.
So
Right. Yep. Nope. 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 He made some bad plays. The whole entire defense made some bad plays. It's over with. It's done. On the Denver. Let's ride. You know what I'm saying? He got to let the shit go. It's tough though. You know what I'm saying? Like, hell, even me today, like, man,
I know
people on Twitter talking shit still about that game. I'm like, man, will y'all let this shit go?
Yeah,
Can we please move the fuck on from it, please?
and that's what
Why do we have to still keep talking about it? Yeah.
And
Go
that's what I
ahead.
talked. And that's what I talked about in the top of the show. Is that yes, going into this season, a lot of people had lower expectations on us because we had lost Tyreek Hill, we had lost Tyrann Mathieu. It was a bunch of new pieces on this on offense and defense. So the expectations was we weren't going to win. People didn't even think we were going to win our division. Now we could win our division on Sunday, and if the Chargers lose, and there's a very good chance that they can lose to the Dolphins on Sunday, if we take care of business against the Broncos, we win the division for 7 straight seasons. So it's still a lot of seasons still left over, man. Like we went out, and like I said, Buffalo and Cincinnati, they still got to play each other. They got to play the Jets, the Dolphins. They got to play the Ravens, and depending on
The
how Lamar
Ravens.
goes,
Yep.
Ravens and Browns. Deshaun Watson knocked that rust off. Let's see how he looked against the Bengals this Sunday. You know what I'm saying? So
Yep. This Sunday. Yep.
and it's an emotion. It was probably like Ty said yesterday. It was an emotional game. He's going back to Houston, and where it's all
Oh yeah, for sure
he
it
started
was.
his career and
Yeah,
it
he
ended his
said it.
career.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
he talked about how he knew the pregame and he knew what they were in there thinking, and you know what I'm saying. That was the last place he had played ball. Yeah, oh yeah, he was hella emotional Sunday going back to Houston. Hell yeah, he was.
So yeah,
because he knew at the locker room over there, all of that shit, man. Yeah, wait on him. Absolutely.
Yeah, so it's we, and I hate to say the cliche, but we hold our destiny in our own hands. You know what I'm saying? And if the Chiefs just win out, they just got to win out. Unless Buffalo just goes on a run, you know what I'm saying, and they win that. And if they win that, Buffalo win out, they deserve to be the number 1 seed. Kudos to them. But I don't think they are. I think they're gonna drop at least 1 to 2 of these games. So same thing with Cincinnati. I wouldn't be surprised if they drop 1 or 2 of these games. So I feel like we're in a good space still. We got a chance and to
Mm-hmm.
build back that momentum that we had going into the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Get
Mm-hmm.
everybody healthy for the bye, in the bye week, and get ready to strap it up for the division round, whoever it be, and get ready to
I
go on the
mean,
Super Bowl, go on the Super Bowl run.
it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's the only thing it can be. It can't be shit else. You know what
Because
I'm saying?
if Pat and them is holding up that Lombardi, the loss against the Bengals don't mean
Mm-hmm.
nothing in the regular season.
It don't
The,
matter.
lo- the
Yep.
loss against the
Yep.
Bills, that don't mean nothing.
Yep.
It
Yep.
means
Yep.
absolutely nothing.
Yep. Yep.
If we get into the Super Bowl, even get into the Super Bowl, those losses mean absolutely nothing
Yep. Yep. Yep.
because you
Mm-hmm.
took care of business
Mm-hmm.
when you need it, when it counted, and that's in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And and
Mm-hmm.
and, and that's
Mm-hmm.
how Patrick Mahomes'
Mm-hmm.
legacy is going to be. You know what I'm saying? Looked at.
Mm-hmm.
What did you do in the
Mm-hmm.
playoffs?
Mm-hmm.
Because he
Mm-hmm.
put high
Absolutely.
standards and high expectations on himself by coming into the league and taking it by storm. Becoming the best
Mm-hmm.
quarterback in the league.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
So, and speaking of Patrick Mahomes, my man is up for the Man of the Year, Walter Payton Man of the Year award. He's a nominee,
Mm.
which
Mm.
usually it's like an offensive lineman or a tight end or somebody
Right.
like that.
Right. Right.
So
Right.
it's good to see that our quarterback is doing he's
Mm-hmm.
showing what he's doing in the Kansas City community. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
he ever since he's been here, he's always done everything the right way. We've never had to worry about him being in the media saying something, doing something
Right.
stupid, making the
Mm-hmm.
organization look bad or anything like that. He's always,
Mm-hmm.
he's always doing the right stuff, and that's the other part of him, being having him in Kansas City is a blessing. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
a lot of
Right.
people don't have that. You know what I'm saying? They got to have a
Mm-hmm.
quarterback. He's good, but he could be an asshole. You know what I'm saying? Like this
Right.
guy gets
Right.
it,
Absolutely.
and he does
Absolutely.
everything the right way. And I hope he wins it. That'd be dope for him to win the
Mm-hmm.
MVP and this award.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. I mean, it could be a magical year, dog.
yeah, yeah,
One of
yeah.
those things he controls, the other one he don't. You know what I'm saying? So you
Right.
just got to stay healthy, dog. Now it's just about this team just staying healthy. That's it. That's it. There ain't shit else. They stay healthy, everything else takes care of itself. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? Everything else takes care of itself. So we just gotta hope they stay relatively healthy down this last stretch. You know what I'm saying? And everything that they were in position for, they'll still be in position for. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then just get locked in for the playoffs and you know do some great prep work to get ready for that first playoff game and get that second season rolling on a positive note. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
there's things that they'll find in the postseason that they didn't have in the regular season that will work and they can fire and call upon at any given time. There's always things that teams find in that postseason that maybe in the regular season they wasn't getting, and in the postseason they find it and it clicks. And that's how you see certain guys step up that have been in those roles all year. It just hasn't been there. And then boom, postseason happens, and then that one route is open primarily
Yeah.
more in the postseason because teams are scheming this way or doing this to take this away. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
stay
No,
healthy,
most.
though. Just stay healthy
Yeah.
down this stretch.
Yeah. Stay healthy and take care of business,
Mm-hmm.
man.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much bottom line. Bottom line.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Mm-hmm.
man. Let's go ahead and get into this game, man. Key components of the game. Show up. No, I'm just playing.
Against who?
Uh, show up. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. No, they can't just show up.
For
They tried that.
real. No,
They tried. They
show
tried
up.
that again. They tried that against the Colts. We saw how that
Listen,
worked
listen.
out.
Listen.
Hold on.
I will say this. You know, we always say division games are played differently and this, that, and the third, and they are.
Mm-hmm.
But we talking about a dysfunctional team from top to bottom,
Yeah.
and there ain't shit that they do right on offense. They do
None.
some great things on defense, but
Yeah.
offensively, they dog shit.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna call it for what it is. They can't score touchdowns. They can't.
better.
They allergic to scoring touchdowns. Yeah, get off the plane. Tell them, Todd. Yeah, land the damn plane right. Don't spill no yak on nobody's shirt while y'all land the damn plane. There you go. No spills of yak. There you go.
Just show up.
Key
Just show up.
component number one.
Show
Yeah.
up. So
Yeah, for
with
real.
this
Yeah.
with this defense, but
Serious,
this
dog.
now with this defense is pretty good. So I will say that because they are holding teams to load. They ain't letting a lot of teams score on that. So on offense, they definitely got to be that point.
This is true. This is true.
Pat and them
This
can't
is
go
true.
out there and just.
This is true.
And he can't just go out there with the bum play sheet and think, we got this.
But what they found since that Tennessee game will be the key component, which is running that football and play extra passing off of it. You know what I'm saying? This is perfect going up there to Denver. This will be a perfect solution to getting that bad taste out of their mouth from last week. Start off on a positive note. Get some nice blocking up front. Get some nice runs. Some easy completions. Just to get back in the rhythm and to get some positive things going on the road again. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then start firing. And once they get back into that good groove of positivity and completing shit and doing things the way that they used to doing them, then they're gonna be rolling and they'll be fine, dog.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree. I
just getting that bad taste out their mouth.
I think Pat's gonna go out there and he's gonna have a really good game. I think he wants to go out there and get this bad. He wants to get this bad taste out of his mouth. Travis Kelce, I know he wants to get that fumble out of his head. He's gonna ball out, and he always balls out against Denver. So I think our key guys are gonna ball out on offense. I think Juju's gonna have a good game. I could see Scott Moore getting some catches. All the gang, the whole crew, the collective crew. I think he's gonna spread it out. Everybody's gonna contribute in their own way, and we get out of here. Pretty clean slate on offense. Now on defense, Chris Jones just gotta just be a wrecking ball, man. Just be a wrecking ball.
Well, they got to stop the run too. They're gonna have to whoever Denver put back there, because Denver's gonna try to run the ball since they saw Cincinnati get the yards that they got. You know what I'm saying? So Denver's gonna try to run it and try to get Russell in the play action pass situations. And it's just about closing up them run lanes early, stuffing that run. Again, you know what I'm saying? Just doing positive things to get that bad taste out of your mouth. You know what I'm saying?
Stack 8.
Especially on the road, dog.
Stack 8.
That's the biggest problem.
Yeah, stack 8 in the box. Because Russell Wilson don't scare me.
Well, but the thing is though, is you lost on the road last week. You know what I'm saying? And that shit can linger. It can be like stepping on a piece of gum, having it on your shoe and can't get it off. You know what I'm saying? That's why everything got to be in the positive. Can't give up big runs. You know what I'm saying? Because it'll be like, oh, here we go again. Then bad habits will start creeping in. That same bad habits that they did Sunday, them things will slowly carry over unintentionally. You know what I'm saying? Not thinking about it. So definitely got to come out and be disciplined and be sound and tackle, wrap up.
Right.
Tackle. You know what I'm saying?
Nick Bolton, Willie Gay, that front seven, they got to redeem themselves after last week.
Absolutely.
So what's the key matchup you're looking at?
I would say their defensive front against their ground game. You know what I'm saying? It's not anything that we know about. You know what I mean? But anybody, this the NFL. Anybody can get hot. You know what I'm saying? So you definitely want to take that out of the equation and make Russ have to beat you with his arm. You know what I'm saying? Don't give them no added advantages. I think Cortland Sutton is iffy with a hamstring or something. So definitely they're gonna want to try to control it on the ground, get them 3 and outs, wrap up front, get pressure. You know what I'm saying? That front, it's on them to play better this week. They got to play better.
Oh yeah, Chris Jones, he got to get some sacks. Get back on track, man. Because I know he's feeling. I know he's feeling that. Like he let down the team. You know because that's all he talked about in the offseason. Not getting Joe Burrow down. Not getting Joe Burrow down. Well, you didn't do it. You didn't do it again, player. So
yeah.
Gotta get back that confidence, bro.
Yeah, he did, Ty. Pissed me off with that damn Baker shit.
Well, let's go ahead and give a score prediction, man.
I'll say 31-16.
I'm gonna go 35-17. I think it's gonna be a stress-free game.
Yeah,
I think they just gonna go out there and handle business, take out their frustrations on this team, and we're gonna look up and be like, all right, So I think Pat gonna have a good game, 300 some yards, probably 3 touchdowns, and he's back on track. As far as being the MVP of the league and stuff. So
oh yeah. This is a perfect bounce back as long as they lock in. I mean, you can't look past them. You know what I mean? You just got to say, hey, we better than them. Yeah, we know it, but we have to prove it to ourselves and come out and play our style of football and not turn the football over them. We'll be fine. You do the little things right in this game, and you'll get that blowout against Denver. You know what I'm saying? They can't hold up. They can come out in that first quarter and flash, but you take their best shot in that first quarter, that's going to be pretty much all they got. You know what I'm saying? Withstand they best shot. That's it. That's it.
Before I end this, what's your thoughts on the whole Deion Sanders situation?
Personally, I think it was still too soon, because he had drawn that kid Travis Hunter to Jackson State, which was like the best wide receiver, one of the best wide receivers in the country last year. This kid went to Jackson State for prime. You know what I'm saying? To help build HBCUs to the standard to which that he was selling it to be. You know what I'm saying? And for him to leave and go to Colorado so soon, man, like, nah. I respect it. You know what I'm saying? Because he wanted to initially. He said even before he got into coaching, he was going to coach at Florida State. That was going to be the first gig he coached. But you know what I'm saying? So Division I, I guess, was always there. But I thought he was going to be at Jackson State for at least another 2-3 years. You know what I'm saying? To build it back up. But gotta respect his hustle, dog.
Yeah, I mean, and at the end of it, he is bringing Travis Hunter with him to Colorado.
He left? Okay.
Yeah.
But even still, what does that say for Jackson State, though? You feel me? Like,
yeah. Like, damn. I get both sides, because today I kind of saw both sides of the coin, because I get on Jackson State side, because he did come in there and he kind of sold him this dream of God sent me here to save HBCUs, put HBCUs on the map, and he was like he was gonna have this like long,
Mm-hmm.
almost 10-year plan.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But on the other side, I always knew that Dion, this was not going to be a long destination for him.
Mm-hmm.
I knew
Right.
because when he first wanted to be a coach, he didn't go to Florida because Florida State was going to hire him, but they was telling him he
Yeah.
had to be an assistant,
Yeah.
and he
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah.
"No, I want to be a head coach."
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I knew that he took Jackson State because that was the only way he was going to be able to show a resume of I can take a
Mm-hmm.
college program and build them up. And he did that. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? He built
Mm-hmm.
up their facilities. He put half
Mm-hmm.
his salary up.
Mm-hmm.
He used his
Mm-hmm.
resources to help out those young men
Mm-hmm.
and help out Jackson State
Mm-hmm.
as a whole. Get them
Mm-hmm.
looks,
Mm-hmm.
Walmart. They was
Mm-hmm.
on game day, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I get the other side of it too from Jackson State is that well, now that you're leaving, now what?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because nobody's going to be able to do what you unless Prime says, "Well, look, I'm still going to contribute and donate to Jackson State to make sure Jackson State is good while I'm at
Mm-hmm.
Colorado."
Mm-hmm.
Then okay, then
Mm-hmm.
that's cool. But if
Right.
he's
Right.
because
Right.
and then I can get it. His approach wasn't all that great, especially when he won the championship and he's on stage and
Mm-hmm.
he's trying to rush him. Hurry up, come on, let's go,
Mm-hmm.
because I got to catch my plane.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It that wasn't a good look.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
also get Dion and the fact of these black coaches. It's hard to get these type of opportunities, man,
It is. It
and
is.
he had to take he had to take what he could take, I think, and he knew that Colorado was probably his
Mm-hmm.
best chance to
Mm-hmm.
get the bigger picture, which
Mm-hmm.
is maybe a Florida State or
Mm-hmm.
Auburn or whatever
Mm-hmm.
big school
Mm-hmm.
he wants to go to.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to now
Mm-hmm.
lay the groundwork in
Absolutely.
Colorado, and
Absolutely.
if he balls
Absolutely.
out in Colorado in the Pac-12,
Yeah.
USC is about
Yeah.
to leave, UCLA is about to
Yeah.
leave,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
now he has a
Yeah.
greater chance
Yep.
of balling out in the
Yep.
Pac-12 and building that program
Yep.
up, and possibly, at
Yep.
least at the very least, put
Yep.
him in the Pac-12 championship
Mm-hmm.
because
Absolutely.
he's already getting
Absolutely.
mad recruits wanting to come.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
He said
Sells itself. You know what I'm saying?
he's bringing 10 kids from Jackson State himself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
it's going to
Mm-hmm.
be interesting because if it fails and he loses, everybody's going to kill Dion.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely. They're
if he
crucifying.
but
Mm-hmm.
if he's over there winning,
Mm-hmm.
after a while, people will forget. They
Mm-hmm.
always do. They
Mm-hmm.
always do.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
it'll be
I mean,
interesting to see.
I wish him nothing but the best. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It's a tough field to get into. You know what I'm saying? Black coaches are just as criticized as black quarterbacks. So, you
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? I wish him nothing but the best. All the success in the world, dog. Go shock the world. You feel me? Shock the world. Let them know. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But I mean, it's a bad situation. It's a lose-lose. You know what I'm saying?
It really was a
It's going to be a
lose-lose.
lose-lose.
It was a lose-lose
Yeah,
situation.
the
Him going
community
to
of Mississippi.
mhm.
Yeah,
to go to
yeah, that community loses him.
but it was a lose-lose for him going in that situation anyway, because
Mm-hmm.
because if you telling the community I'm here to help out and build
Yeah,
this
yeah,
just put
absolutely.
HBCUs back on
Yep,
the map.
yep,
Because I remember
yep,
back in the day
yep,
on
yep,
BET, the
yep,
BET
yep,
Classics. Remember
yep,
that?
yep,
And
yep.
Stuart Scott was on there.
Grambling and yep, yep, yep. Mm-hmm.
I remember all those watching
Mm-hmm.
those games on BET.
Every Saturday,
So
it used to be every Saturday night on BET.
yeah,
Yep,
yeah,
yep.
yeah. So I
Mm-hmm.
remember that. So it
Mm-hmm.
was a breath of fresh air to see him trying to put that back,
Mm-hmm.
on the map. They was getting
Mm-hmm.
national games.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so I like I said, I
Mm-hmm.
get both sides of the coin. I get the
Mm-hmm.
alumni and people who went to HBCUs.
Right,
I don't get the
right,
outrage from people who like who ain't never donated a dollar to
right.
like At least
Right.
he tried.
Right.
You know, he
For real.
put money in. He put money into Jackson State. Let's not act like he just took from
Yeah.
them. Like
Yeah. For
he
real.
put in. He put money and resources
Right.
in there,
Right.
and he tried to do his best to make
Right.
sure those young men were taken care of. It's not like he was just taking care of himself.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did. Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, I'm happy for him, dog.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah, he is.
yeah. I think Colorado's gonna be all right, man. They're gonna be all right. They're gonna be all right. They're gonna be all right. I think I say by 2 years they'll be national like pride, like
Yeah.
especially in the
Oh yeah.
Pac-12,
Oh
especially in
yeah.
the Pac-12.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Most definitely. Most definitely.
So, all right, Clarence, man, let's go ahead and land this thing. Give a shout out to Every Morning Quarterback, our sponsor. If you look down at the bottom, emqpodcast.com/locker-room. If you go to there, you'll get the locker room access to all various podcasts under the Every Morning Quarterback umbrella. There's a Patriots one, a 49ers one, a Chargers one, a Colts one, and ours is there. Arrowhead Chief Podcast. You click on the banner, you'll get all our episodes, the recent ones and the past ones. If you want to go back and listen to all the past episodes, also you can follow them, EMQ Podcast, on all social media, and you can follow their YouTube channel because they do a podcast themselves where they talk about everything league wide. They also give betting tips. Shout out to Anthony, Brandon, Connor, and Zach for doing their thing over Everyone at Quarterback. Go ahead and give them check them out. And if you want to listen to our audio on any other streaming platform, we are available on all streaming platforms that hold podcasts, whether it's Apple, Google, Stitcher, Breaker, Anchor, wherever you listen to your podcast on. Arrowhead Chief Podcast is available on there. Just go ahead and hit that notification and subscribe and follow us on there. And if you want to follow us on social media, in the top corner above Clarence, you see that at AH Chief Podcast. If you follow that on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, if you follow that, we'll follow you back. Because what's our motto, Clarence?
Because we ain't Hollywood over here.
Yeah,
Straight
man.
up.
We in Hollywood over here. You know what I'm saying? You want to give us feedback, you want to give us some critiques, you want us to bring up some questions on that you have about the Chiefs. Let us know. You can hit us up in our inbox, DM us, or you can email us too. We got the email address up too. But just remember, talk to us nice and normal. Don't come at us crazy.
Talk to his mama, dog.
But
Talk to his mama.
but yeah, if you hit us up, follow us, we'll follow you back. Follow the YouTube channel, subscribe, hit that notification button. So when we do our lives, you get it, pop up, boom, okay, Arrowhead Chief Podcast. Also, 100 episode is coming up soon. The 100 episode is coming up soon. We're gonna try to do something special. I'm gonna give it Clarence, try to do something special for the 100 episode. It's coming soon. It's coming soon. So, but all right, Clarence, man. Hope you have a good rest of your week, brother.
You do the same, dog. We're gonna get up after this W.
Yeah, man. We get
in
this
the
W
Mile
on
High
Sunday.
City. Let's ride.
Get this bad taste out of our mouths, man.
Yeah, let's ride.
All right, yep.
Peace.